Armin and Levac, 104.5 The Team, 104.5theteam.com. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. The college football playoff games are here. The Orange Bowl is at 4 o'clock. Kick tomorrow. We have that game right here on 104.5 The Team. Number 1 ranked Clemson playing Oklahoma. And let's get the scoop on the Clemson Tigers. Lawton Swann is the host of Clemson Sports Talk on Fox Sports Radio, 1400 AM and ClemsonSportsTalk.com. Lawton, thanks for joining us, and let's start with Dabo Swinney sending home 3 guys within the last 24 hours. What's the scoop on that, and how much will this affect Clemson in this game?
You know, I think the biggest effect for Clemson in this game will obviously be the loss of Deon Cain. He's a young guy who's really come into his own here in the latter half of the season and has been Deshaun Watson's top target as far as the deep threat goes. As far as the other 2 guys, Ammon Lacob and J.J. McCullough, you're not going to lose a lot from having McCullough out, but Ammon Lacob was Clemson's kickoff guy, and then also he was handling some extra point duties as Jeff Hugel has had some trouble with that along the way, but ultimately I think it'll play out well for Clemson because they got plenty of talent there, and if you want to be considered wide receiver you got to be able to get past losing one player like Deon Cain.
Lawton, who's the player that we don't know about right now that's undervalued that we should be keeping an eye out for during the game?
You know, I would say probably Wayne Gallman. I think a lot of people have kind of missed on Wayne Gallman. He's about to break Clemson's all-time rushing record for a single season. He's a young man who really falls forward. He's that guy that picks up 5 yards when you need 3. He's that guy that picks up 3 when you need 1. So I think Clemson fans have been pretty excited about the job he's done this season. And oftentimes this program, I think, can be seen as a unit that likes to really throw the ball down the field. But it's been really the back of Wayne Gallman this season that's made all the difference for the Tigers.
Lawton Swann of ClemsonSportsTalk.com, at Clemson Sports Talk on Twitter. Lawton, Baker Mayfield of the Oklahoma Sooners offense is one of the most prolific quarterbacks in the country. Talk about Clemson's defense, and are they able to slow this guy down?
You'd like to think so. Obviously, if you're a Clemson Tiger person, you watch the defensive ends and Kevin Dodd and Shaq Lawson. They've done a really good job this season, but you have to be fundamentally sound against a kid like Baker Mayfield. He's not a guy that's necessarily going to beat you with 15 and 20-yard runs, but he'll try to keep the play alive, keep his eyes downfield. I think if Clemson can do a good job there, just kind of containing him, that back end for Clemson may be the best secondary in college football. They got a lot of length back there with J-Ron Kearse and T.J. Green, and then the corners have been phenomenal this year, and Mackenzie Alexander, maybe a name nobody knows, doesn't have a career interception at all at Clemson, but certainly is probably going to be one of the guys selected in the first round if he chooses to leave this season as a corner.
Lawton, when you listen to Vegas, they're saying that Clemson's about a 4-point dog to Oklahoma. Should they be?
It is a little bit of a surprise considering they're undefeated. They've knocked off, obviously, 3 teams ranked inside the top 10, and I think ultimately for Clemson Tiger fans and maybe for this team, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder heading into this game being an underdog.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Orange Bowl kickoff right here on 104.5 The Team. Lawton, will Clemson beat Oklahoma?
I think they will. I really do. I think when you got number 4, Deshaun Watson, back there taking care of business for you, the best quarterback in college football, in my opinion. He's a kid who seems to have ice water in his veins, never gets rattled. I'm looking forward to this matchup, and I think he'll be the difference maker. And if the number 1 dual-threat quarterback in the country coming out of high school 2 years ago can't get the job done in the Orange Bowl and they're defeated by Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma, then you tip your cap to the Sooners for a great job that they did. But I'll take my chances and roll the dice with Deshaun Watson any day.
Lawton Swann of ClemsonSportsTalk.com. He's in Miami for the game. Follow him on Twitter at Clemson Sports Talk. OU taking on Clemson, 4 o'clock tomorrow, Orange Bowl. Lawton, enjoy the game, man. Thanks so much for your time. Happy New Year.
Absolutely, guys. Had a lot of fun.